Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive with us. Today, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of small business marketing. And of course, helping us with this deep dive, we have a real marketing whiz. So much good stuff out there, right? So many people doing amazing marketing. And yeah, I think this is going to be a good one.
It is a really exciting area, and I think particularly for small businesses, because a lot of the time people think, oh, marketing's just for the big guys, the ones with huge budgets. But actually, some of the most effective and innovative marketing can happen at a really small, like micro level.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree. And we're going to be drawing on Jackie Jarvis's book, 85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business. And what gets you most excited about small business marketing? Like what really gets you going?
I think it's the potential. I think small businesses can be so agile and they can really connect with their customers on a personal level in a way that bigger businesses often struggle to. And that creates so much scope for creativity. You can really experiment, try things out, be playful with your marketing.
Love it. Yeah, I think I'm definitely guilty of just doing marketing without that clear direction. It's kind of like wandering around in the supermarket without a shopping list. You end up with a cart full of random items, but nothing you actually need.
I think that's such a common experience, isn't it? And that's why that whole concept of thinking marketing that Jackie Jarvis talks about is so important. It's about taking that step back, being really intentional about your marketing, and aligning it with your overall business goals.
So yeah, in the book, 85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business, Jackie Jarvis really emphasizes thinking marketing. What does that actually mean for someone running a small business?
I think it boils down to asking yourself some really key questions like, okay, what is my long-term vision for this business? Where do I want to be in, say, 5 years' time? And then how can marketing help me get there? And then you start to get more specific. What are my revenue goals? How many new customers do I need each month to hit those goals?
Right, I like that, getting very specific.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just kind of throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, which can work sometimes, but it's not a sustainable strategy.
Yeah, it's not very efficient either.
No, exactly. And then the book also talks about the gap, the gap between where your business is now and where you want it to be, because that gap, that's what marketing needs to bridge.
Okay, so let's say my goal is to attract more high-end clients. What would be the next step in this thinking marketing process?
All right, so you want those high-end clients. Well, now you need to really get to know them and, I mean, really understand them. Not just their demographics, age, income, location, but their psychographics. What are their values? What motivates them? What are their pain points? What are they struggling with?
What keeps them up at night?
Exactly. And then how can your business be the solution to those problems, the answer to their prayers, so to speak?
That's a great way to put it. And this is where getting clear on your niche comes in, right? Instead of trying to appeal to everyone, you focus on a specific group with specific needs.
Precisely. The more niche you go, the more you can tailor your messaging to resonate with that specific audience. The book gives a great example of a printing company, right? Instead of just being another printing company, they niche down and specialize in eco-friendly printing using recycled materials and sustainable practices.
Yeah, and by targeting businesses with a sustainability focus, they were able to really stand out in a crowded market. It's about finding that sweet spot where your expertise meets a specific market need.
Yeah, I think niche is often misunderstood. People think it's limiting, but actually it's the opposite. It's liberating because it allows you to focus your energy on the people who are most likely to love what you do.
Right, so it's less about excluding people and more about finding your tribe, your people.
Exactly, and that's so much more rewarding, both for you and for your customers.
Okay, so we've defined our goals and we know our customer like the back of our hand. But how do we make sure they actually see us in this noisy world? How do we stand out from the crowd? That's where branding comes in, right?
Yeah, branding is so key, and it goes way beyond just having a logo and a color palette. It's about creating a whole experience, a feeling that people associate with your business.
It's about storytelling, isn't it? Crafting a narrative that resonates with your ideal customer, a story that makes them feel understood and connected to your business on a deeper level.
That's a great way to put it. It's about creating an emotional connection. And that connection needs to be consistent across all your touch points, right? From your website to your social media, your customer service, your packaging even. Every interaction should reinforce that brand identity.
Yeah, so in 85 Inspired Ways to Market Your Small Business, there's this example of a designer who built their brand around the concept of joyful minimalism. They used bright colors and playful designs, but also emphasized functionality and simplicity. So you get that unique combination that really set them apart.
That's such a good example of a brand that's both memorable and authentic, and it speaks to their target audience's values, right? The people who love that aesthetic are drawn to it. And that brings us to the next piece of the puzzle, your unique selling proposition, or USP.
Yeah, so what makes your business truly unique? Why should customers choose you over all the other options out there?
That's the question you need to answer, and it needs to be something your target customers genuinely cares about. It could be anything. Maybe it's your lightning fast shipping, your commitment to using only organic ingredients, or your personalized approach to customer service. Whatever it is, it needs to be something that sets you apart and makes you irresistible.
85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business has a case study of a coach who specifically works with introverted entrepreneurs. And that really resonated with me because it's such a specific niche, right? It's not just any coach. It's a coach who understands the unique challenges and strengths of introverted business owners.
Exactly. And that laser focus allows them to attract a really loyal following of clients who feel truly seen and understood.
Right, so the coach's USP is that deep understanding of their target audience. It's not just about what they do, but how they do it.
Yes, the why behind the what.
Exactly. And once you've nailed that USP, it makes your marketing so much easier because you know exactly what message to emphasize.
It's like having a compass that guides all your marketing efforts. It keeps you on track and helps you create a consistent, compelling message that resonates with the right people.
Okay, I'm loving this. We've laid a strong foundation for small business marketing success. But how do we actually put this into action? What are some of the tangible tactics we can use?
That's where it gets really fun. And we've got tons of practical strategies to dive into, drawn from 85 inspiring ways to market your small business. But first, how about a quick coffee refill? We'll be back in a jiffy to explore those tactics in detail.
I like the sound of that. Sounds good to me. Okay, so I am ready to jump into those tangible tactics for our small business marketing. And I'm especially curious about how we can create a marketing system that feels manageable and not totally overwhelming, you know?
Yeah, it can definitely feel overwhelming, right? There's so much you could be doing. But that's why having a system in place is so crucial. It helps you prioritize your efforts, be more consistent, and avoid feeling like you're just chasing your tail all the time.
Okay, I'm liking the sound of this. So where do we start? What are the key elements of this system?
Well, 85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business actually breaks things down really nicely into two key areas: boosting business with existing customers and attracting new ones. So you've got this sort of two-pronged approach, nurturing those relationships you've already built and then bringing in those fresh faces.
Makes sense. Let's start with those VIPs, those existing customers. They're gold, right? So what are some ways to keep them engaged, keep them happy, keep them coming back for more?
Yeah, they are the absolute foundation of any successful business. I mean, just think about it. It costs so much more to acquire a new customer than to retain an existing one. So those customer relationships you've already built, they're precious.
Okay, I'm with you.
And one of the simplest yet most effective ways to nurture those relationships is through communication. Stay top of mind, provide value, let them know you appreciate their business. Think about it. What kind of information or insights would your customers find genuinely helpful? And then deliver that.
You know, that makes me think about this local bookstore I love. Every month, they send out an email highlighting new releases, but they personalize it based on what you've bought in the past. It's like they know me.
Right. Personalization. It's so powerful. It shows that you're paying attention and that you value each individual customer. And that doesn't have to be some super fancy algorithm either. A handwritten thank you note, a small gift on their birthday, those little touches can make a huge difference.
It's true. I always appreciate that personal touch. Okay, but what about attracting new customers? Besides the usual suspects like advertising and social media, are there any out-of-the-box ways to get on people's radar?
Absolutely. Think about strategic alliances, partnering up with other businesses that complement yours. It's a great way to tap into a new audience without starting from scratch. It's a win-win. You reach their customers and they reach yours.
Yeah, 85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business is the example of a yoga studio partnering with a health food store. Right, they could offer joint workshops or discounts or maybe even just promote each other on social media.
Exactly. And those sorts of collaborations don't have to be super formal either. You could just start by connecting with businesses in your community and seeing what opportunities for collaboration emerge organically.
Okay, collaborations, I like it. And actually, that ties into another point that Jackie Jarvis makes in the book, the importance of becoming a trusted resource in your field.
Ah, yes. Education-based marketing. That's a great one. It's about sharing your expertise and building trust before you even ask for the sale. Think blog posts, videos, free webinars, anything that provides genuine value to your target audience.
This reminds me of this financial advisor I follow online. They create these really clear, simple videos explaining basic investment concepts. And I find them so helpful. It makes me trust their judgment and expertise.
Right. And it's not just about providing information, it's also about showcasing your personality, your unique approach, let people get to know you.
Show your human side. I like it. Okay, so we've got strategic alliances, education-based marketing. What else?
Well, don't underestimate the power of events, whether it's an in-person workshop, a virtual conference, or even just a fun open house at your store. Events can be a fantastic way to create buzz, generate leads, and connect with customers on a deeper level.
Oh, yeah, there's this amazing bakery near me that does this pie making 101 workshop, right? And it's always sold out. It's such a fun way to experience the bakery and get hands-on with their delicious pies.
Exactly. It's about creating those memorable experiences. And it's not just about attracting new customers either. Events can be a great way to nurture existing relationships, gather feedback, and get people talking about your business.
Okay, we've got strategic alliances, education-based marketing, and events, all fantastic ways to attract new customers and keep those existing customers happy. But how do we manage all this? How do we keep all these plates spinning?
Ah, yes, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the answer is systems. 85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business recommends two key tools, a communication calendar and a customer relationship management CRM system.
Communication calendar. All right, so that's basically like an editorial calendar for all your marketing activities, right?
It is. It helps you plan ahead, stay organized, and ensure that you're communicating consistently without getting overwhelmed. You can map out your social media posts, email campaigns, blog articles, everything.
So it's like a roadmap for all your marketing efforts.
Exactly. It helps you stay on track and make sure you're hitting those key touch points throughout the year. And then a CRM system is like your central hub for all your customer data. Think names, contact info, purchase history, interactions all in one place.
Okay, so it helps me get organized and stay on top of those customer relationships.
Exactly. And it takes the guesswork out of understanding your customer base. You can see who's engaging with your content, who's buying your products, and then tailor your marketing efforts accordingly.
Ah, okay, I see how that would be super helpful. So we've got systems in place to help us stay organized and efficient. But is there anything else we should be considering when it comes to building a sustainable marketing system?
Yeah, I think one thing we haven't touched on yet is the importance of data. Actually tracking your results and making sure that all this effort you're putting into marketing is actually moving the needle.
Oh, that's such a good point. It's easy to get caught up in the doing and forget to step back and assess what's actually working. Like, are we actually getting a return on our investment?
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of small business owners get intimidated by data because it feels complicated or technical, but it doesn't have to be. 85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business actually gives some really practical tips for tracking your results without getting overwhelmed.
Okay, so it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. We've got to be constantly monitoring and adjusting.
Exactly. The marketing landscape is constantly evolving, so what worked last year might not be as effective today. You got to stay agile, experiment, see what's working and what's not, and then adjust your strategy accordingly.
Okay, so that makes sense. But with so many different things to track, where do we even begin? What are the most important metrics to focus on?
I think it depends on your goals, right? If your goal is to increase website traffic, then you'll want to track things like website visits, bounce rate, time spent on site. If your goal is to boost sales, then you'll focus on conversion rates, average order value, customer lifetime value.
Okay, I see. It's about aligning your metrics with your specific goals.
Exactly. And then 85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business also suggests going beyond the numbers. Don't just look at the qualitative data, also gather qualitative feedback from your customers.
Oh, yeah. Talk to your customers. Get inside their heads.
Exactly. Conduct surveys, run focus groups, have conversations with your customers, ask them what they love about your business, what they'd like to see more of, what could be improved.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about those customer relationships, right? Building trust, providing value, creating those positive experiences that keep people coming back for more.
Exactly. And if you can do that, then the marketing takes care of itself.
All right, so I think we've covered a lot of ground today. We've gone deep into the world of small business marketing with Jackie Jarvis's 85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling super inspired.
Yeah, me too. It's so exciting to see how much potential there is for small businesses to really thrive when they have a solid marketing strategy in place.
Absolutely. So to our listeners out there, remember, marketing doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start by defining your goals, know your customer, build your brand, and create a system that works for you. And if you're looking for even more inspiration and practical advice, definitely check out Jackie Jarvis's 85 Inspiring Ways to Market Your Small Business. It's packed with brilliant ideas.
It is. It's a great read. And most importantly, remember, have fun with it. Marketing should be enjoyable, so experiment, be creative, and let your personality shine through.
Well said. And on that note, thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you back here soon for more insightful conversations and inspiring ideas.